the Orci Stock rods underway. These 1400cc engine non-contact class have their World Championship next week over Northern Ireland, with three different winners last Saturday evening. 640 Jordan Dignan, who leads the field, was one of those. The other being 671 Ross Graham, who sits in third place at the moment. And then Lewis Dixon in 307, who took the final, who's missing this evening. Ross Graham quickly up the inside of George White and into second place. As 640 then leads the way. Lauren Gray at the tail end of the field at the moment. Lauren being one of the most improved racers out on track this season. Just a little off the pace here tonight. It's 671, 640, and then 83 Michael Bethune, the European and Scottish champion. And British champion, of course, won that British Championship at Taunton at the end of July. So a very busy roof on the 83 machine, who's now up into second place. Cameron Doak in 216 takes to the outside of the 640 car. So it's Ross Graham leading the way. 165 Jamie Dawson, now with only the silver roof on his car, denoting he was the points champion from last year. Jamie having won a plethora of titles in 2025. Came very close to gold as well, but it wasn't to be. And 83 Michael Bethune now closing up into the back of 671 Ross Graham. So Graham onto the back straight from 83 Michael Bethune. 165 Jamie Dawson in that third place. So 1 and 2 across the start finish line into the turnstile bend. Nothing to choose between them. 83 Michael Bethune on the tail of 671, and here comes Jamie Dawson. So a three-way battle for the lead as we enter the second half of this ORCI Stock Rods heat number 1. 671 Ross Graham, 83 Michael Bethune, and 165 Jamie Dawson. Bethune looks to the inside as a gap, not quite, and 83 has to give up on that attempt. 83 again as 671 out wide, leaving a tempting gap for 83, but not enough to find a way through. 671, the car twitches. 83 up the inside now into the home straight, and 83 Michael Bethune through for the lead. 165 Jamie Dawson looks to try to get up the inside also, and 165's now through to second. So brilliant racing between three of these top drivers. It's 4 laps to go. 83, 165 and 671 onto the back straight, and now that 83 has a bit of clear space ahead of him, he's able to eke out a half car length advantage over his nearest challenger, 165 Jamie Dawson. So excellent racing as 83 onto the back straight, 165 and 671 first, second and third round into the home straight. 2 laps of the circuit to go, and it's Michael Bethune leading the way for the back. Peter Henderson on the inside of Jordan Dignan in 640, making the move up into 6th place now. Around they go, 83 on the final lap of the circuit after a thrilling battle mid-race. It's going to be your Scottish, European and British champion, Michael Bethune, who takes victory in heat number 1 for the Stock Rods this evening. 66 and 10th 546. Next it's Stock Rods heat number 2. So Heat 2 for the stock rods get underway with George White leading the way from Lauren Gray in second. It was a very good battle for the race lead in the mid of heat number 1. Between 671, 83 and 165, and those three are again line astern down the back straight, running in third, 4th, 5th and 6th place, I should say. George White, one of our very quick lower graders here in the stock rods, was a new entrant into the formula at the start of the year. 671 trying to avoid contact on 640 Jordan Dignan, as 165 filling the rear view mirror here as they head around the turnstile bend. 5 car train down the back straight. 671 finds a gap just around the inside of 640. 640 still holding on in that third place. It's on the edge of your seat racing here tonight in the ORCI stock rods. No inch offered, no inch given by any of these drivers, and you often feel they're just centimetres from disaster. It's down the back straight. That battle for third place rages. 671 still finding a way as 165 now up the inside with 3 abreast and home straight. That rarely works. Somehow they've managed to get around. Shows it is possible, and somehow 165 Jamie Dawson's into third, Michael Bethune into 4th, and here comes Cameron Doak in 216 looking to the inside of 671. So tremendous stuff in the stock rods this evening. Peter Henderson in 285 now looking to the inside of 640. So into the second half of the race. So into the home straight, 87 George White leading the way, 165 Jamie Dawson in second, from 83 Michael Bethune, and then 97 Lauren Gray having a better race in this one in 4th place, with Cammy Doak and Ross Graham behind them. They've lost time in that mid-race as 165 then takes over in the lead. 87 decides better off not to try to block these champions from coming through with 4 laps to go. It's 165 Jamie Dawson, 83 though filling his rear view mirrors, so it's roles reversed from heat number 1, with 165 and 83 biding his time to see if he can find a gap. It's unlikely that Jamie Dawson's going to make a mistake of his own accord. What's his tyre management been like? It's into the home straight once again. Jamie Dawson with 2 racing laps to go. These 2 drivers in with a shout of winning gold next week as 900 Lee Smart out of control here in the home straight. Next week over in Northern Ireland, can one of the Scots drivers bring the title home? Meanwhile, there's a big scrap further back, all battling it out over 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th place. Tremendous stuff from them. As into the home straight, the checkered flag's going to drop. It's Jamie Dawson taking the win from 83 Michael Bethune. The rest of the field straight through to conclude the ORCI stock rods heat number 2. So 87 George White leads on to the back straight. Lauren Gray in second from 6:40. Jordan Dignan and David Dignan in Graham Dignan, I should say, in 4:40. Been some very close fought battles in the ORCI Stock Rod heats. It's an extended race distance for the final. Ross Graham, the first of the star graders, around the pit bend and into the home straight, with 83 Michael Bethune in second. So 87 it is, still leading the way. Michael Bethune at the moment in 83, unable to close the gap. The second star grade driver behind 671, Ross Graham, who's sitting in fourth at the moment. So 87 it is, leading the way, 97 and 640. Your top three, as 165 Jamie Dawson gets up the inside, and 900 Lee Smart. Cameron Doak now up the inside of the Smart machine and through for that position also. So 87 down the back straight, 97 in second, as Ross Graham now up into third. As I've mentioned already this evening, these drivers competing over Northern Ireland next week for their World Championship, looking to bring the gold back to Scotland. But it is 87 George White out and clear at the front of the field at the moment from 97. Lauren Gray still holding on in second, but under a lot of pressure now from 671 Ross Graham. 83 Michael Bethune has also closed the gap on the Graham car, so he's now building up a challenge here. 165. So 87 round into the home straight. 83 meanwhile on the tail of 671 here. Very close battles. The 83 glued to the rear as they battle it out for second and third. So 83 finds a gap on the inside of 671 Ross Graham, and 83 Michael Bethune through and into second. Ross Graham cuts back in to avoid being stuck in that outside line, because Lauren Gray looked for a moment as if she might come back and retake position from Graham, but unable to close in quickly enough. Graham quickly back onto the inside line, having lost that fight with 83 Michael Bethune, is now chasing down one of our other quick lower graders, 87 George White, who slows on the back straight. 83 goes to a gap, and 83 finds the gap just and through and into the lead. So 83 Michael Bethune, 671 Ross Graham is on the back straight. Dignan and Henderson tangle. 640 possibly very ragged on the back straight, and Peter Henderson doing well to keep that car out of the tyres. Meanwhile, a battle on for second then as 165 Jamie Dawson's closed in on Ross Graham. Dawson finding the pace at 671, seems to be losing with 2 laps to go into the home straight. 165 Jinx right, now Jinx left as 671 defends his place down the back straight with a lap and a bit to go. 165 finds a gap on the inside. George White has retired from this one. It's 83 Michael Bethune, 165 Jamie Dawson in second from 671 Ross Graham. Lauren Gray holding on in fourth as Cameron Doak closes in on her. Bethune takes the victory. The rest of the field come through. It's tangle and almost into the pace car. And let's check the front seats of the pace car for soiling. Twice in a year we have had a close call with the pace car. And